so the topic, we gotta repeat it again,
y'all.
So the topic today is bringing your significant other home for the holidays to meet your family. So I hear this happens a lot, whatever.
Yeah, because we haven't necessarily been in a predicament of that, so we're gonna need all y'all relationship people to chime in with us today on the topic. So the first thing is we can ask ourselves questions because
right.
We can ask ourselves, would you bring somebody home for the holiday? Like, would you?
No.
Would you want somebody to come around for Christmas this year?
Absolutely not. I'm gonna tell you why, and none of my family's gonna be surprised. I'm not a holiday person. I'm not my best self during the holidays. They kind of irk me. My extended family's a little curry. I would just rather, now if it could be just my immediate family, like my mom, love my mom to death. She's the best person ever for somebody to meet. My siblings, great. But I think it's, lesser, professional, I don't know, less intense times to meet people. Like,
right.
So like I would say no, I would not bring anybody home.
Okay, well, I would say that.
Overwhelming, yes, that's the word.
I probably would, but I'm also not the person to ask, do you want to come?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to ask you like, oh, do you want to come be around me and my family or whatever. I haven't ever been the person to like invite my significant other or whoever I was talking to around my family. Like, but I wouldn't mind it. Like this year, my sister's boyfriend went with us to out of town for Thanksgiving. And at certain times, I was like, dang. Like when you see the bomb, when you see how they acting, he was with our boy cousins, like they was chilling. Everybody was vibing, it was good. So at that particular time, I was just like, dang, that would be dope if I had somebody with me too, but I don't.
Now that brings up a good point. Well, before I say that, whoa, Jesus. Okay, first off, my brother agreed this year for Thanksgiving, we had it just my immediate family, so which is enough in itself because my mom has 4 kids. If everybody brings a person, we up to 8. So basically his fiance felt like it was better to be, a closer unit. And I think when you get extended and uncles and great aunts and cousins, like imagine if all my cousins right now got married and had 1 kid. We up to 25 people alone.
Right.
That's a lot to be dealing with when somebody's trying to meet somebody. But the point that you made when you said that your sister's boyfriend went with you all, would you want to go? I think that brings up the point, do you want to go to somebody else's for the holidays? Like, that's a sacrifice in itself. Like, if you're big on holidays, like me, I wouldn't mind going to somebody else's house, probably. Yeah. But if you're big on the holidays and you, really like your family's holidays, you wouldn't want to really go. You would feel, a little...
I think, and I also think that it comes with the relationship.
Yeah, it does.
Because then at a certain time, no matter if you, no matter if you are a holiday person or not, at a certain point in life, you're going to be somewhere with somebody for Thanksgiving, and they're going to be with you for Christmas, or vice versa. So I feel like when we get to that space, we'll be ready for that space. Because we're great people. We get along with everybody. Yeah. Like, we're social individuals. And I also feel like it has a lot to do with your personality. Like, if your girl or your dude got a stuck-up attitude it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work.
Yeah, never met a mama that didn't like me. But,
they love me.
So I have a comment here that says, what a topic. I know firsthand that it's like when your family or mother doesn't necessarily want y'all to be together and got to see how that can contribute to y'all being apart. Family can accept y'all being together, but when things get tough, it shows their actions and opinions. That's another thing that you talked about earlier. When a person meets your family, they already know about you.
It's not the first meeting.
There's a 0% chance that you have not talked about this person, good, bad, and ugly. So if they broke your heart and y'all fell out and y'all got back together, when they walk in the door, they coming in with all of that on their back. So sometimes the people, your family, could be rougher on them just from jump because of anything that you could have said or anything that they know, and they may already have, a preconceived notion of the person.
Right.
Which could be tough.
Yes, and that's why I say, because when things do happen, and that's a whole nother conversation, when things do happen with you and the relationship that you in, that's why it's important to really keep it to yourself. And we talked about this a while ago, because then your friends might act a certain type of way to the person, your family might be acting some type of way, and it's like, we good now, and y'all still stuck on stuff that I was ranting about in the house just because I was mad.
And that's the same with your friends. You can't tell everybody everything.
Yeah, that's right, and we talked about that before. But either or, so how do y'all feel about it? Like, how do y'all feel about going to or inviting? Like, is that an easy conversation? Is it almost like the marriage? Like, dang, do I want to ask her?
Yeah, at what point do I bring somebody home?
Well, Miss K. Five says she think that it's normal and easy meeting somebody's family or being around somebody's family for the holidays when you've already met them.
Mm-hmm.
And see, that's one thing. The guy I was talking to, like when I had my 25th birthday party, he was around everybody, a little bit of my family, but I don't feel like he would do bad in the space of being with everybody.
Which brings me to a point that was on Facebook. Well, we talked about what are some tips that you have for people who are going to meet your family. And my first tip, number one tip for the people that are going to meet somebody's family is give them tips. If you know your mama don't like when people do X, Y, and Z, tell your boyfriend don't do X, Y, and Z. When you do not give somebody a tip, you know, my uncle, he do this.
It's gonna catch him out.
Yeah, like you know, that's the first thing. The first tip is to give tips. If you know your family, because I've always felt like, cause my mom, she can do like little things that irk me, but I can say to my mom, please don't do that. Like a lot of people don't do that. You know, they don't. They let their parents run or whatever, and people say anything. I'm not that type of person. Yeah, but if you are that type of person, then at least let the person know what they walking into. You know, don't have them caught off guard because that's not cool.
And then it's just like, why you ain't tell me such and such? Like, why you didn't let me know that? And I was asking one of my friends about it because his girlfriend was with his family for Thanksgiving or whatever. And I was just like, well, how is that? Like, how is that with y'all? And they've been together for more than just this year of holiday. But he was just like, now at this point, it's kind of like different just because, like, the first time you meet somebody, it's kind of everybody's welcoming. Mm-hmm. Especially if they really haven't heard about the person. So when you first meet, if that's the real live first meet and you don't really let your parents in your business like that, and it's just like, oh, my girl or my dude is coming with me to Thanksgiving, whatever. Everybody's nice, they're welcoming, they thinking their child is getting close to, you know, falling in love. This might be their husband or wife, whatever, so they real nice. But now it's like they settled in. This visit it was more settled, and it was just kind of like, I'm here because it's my boyfriend. Y'all okay, but I know that we ain't all of that. We don't see on the same, like, it's like the views are different. Yeah. And if it's a strong view, the family just ain't gonna be there with you. You know what I'm saying? So he was just saying, like, he gave me a sentence. He said, if I had to put it in a sentence, he said, meeting the family, my sentence would be, when you come home with me, don't expect for us to change because you're here.
Oh. And that goes both ways.
Yeah, like, don't expect me to change.
Because at the end of the day, everybody got to be themselves.
Right.
Like, you know, and somebody said that on Facebook, you know, what's a tip? Be yourself. Because, first of all, people can read through you anyway, so you might as well be yourself. But you're not doing anybody a favor to be, you know, something other than yourself, because now you got to keep it up. Or, you know, what if they don't like you and they would have liked the real you? You know, you don't want to take that risk. So I feel like people just got to be a little bit more comfortable in their skin.
And then it's like, what if you really go to the family that just sucks? Like, what if your boyfriend or girlfriend's family really sucks? Like, it's just like, y'all suck, and I'm only here because he or she wants me to be here. So it's just like, and they might really like you, but to you, it's like, y'all really suck. Y'all lame, y'all corny, or whatever.
But I feel like that's kind of like rare, only because I don't want to say birds of a feather, but you know, it's somebody that's, I feel like it's more often than not that people are alike. Right. You know, like with my family, we all pretty funny. Let my brother's fiance tell it, we're all shady, you know, but we all kind of, you know, got the same kind of judge. You know, everybody has their individuality, of course, but we all kind of the same. Another point that I was going to make, so what about has anybody dealt with when the person liked the last person?
And they still stuck on the last person.
And you have to go around their family. What do you do? And that all goes together, too, with just flat out when the family doesn't like you. So how important is it for your family to like your significant other?
And that's when we need the comments.
Yeah. Like, and if they don't, what do you do?
Like, when it comes down to that time, it's like, don't bring him or her. You know we don't like them like that. And it's like, Mom, Dad, y'all chill. He or she, they still coming. Whatever. Just act like y'all got some sense. Then they get there and they still acting shady.
Oh, we got a comment. A couple of them. Okay. So, you in your comments? Okay.
I was looking at your post.
Oh, my God. We have so many. Okay.
I read that.
Miss K5 said, you also don't have to spend the whole day together. Just do a drop-in. Yes.
That'll be smart for the first time, actually.
Joelle said, it's always nerve-wracking. I did it on Thanksgiving. I was beyond nervous. Just be yourself. Laugh at things you think are funny. Speak up in combos you feel like you can contribute in. And make sure you speak to everyone. Remember, you are the guest.
Oh, girl, we got to have a talk because you ain't tell me you was Bay on Thanksgiving.
We forgot about the little article because that's one of the points.
No, I know. I got it.
Okay. And we have another comment from Americans who said, I like to meet family when it's cooler so I can wear long sleeves. A lot of tattoos can be overwhelming to old-fashioned family members. Very true. Plus, I don't want all the questions geared towards them. After you know, you're less likely to judge me because of them. That's the only thing that worries me. That's a very good point.
And that's when I was saying your family might not like you. They might not like the person or whatever.
My brother said it's very important that your family likes them. Davian said you got to leave them alone. It won't work. My brother said, gotta let it go if the family doesn't like them. I think that to the point about the tattoos, that's very true. Because I feel like I have an older family. It's not a lot of young people. And older people, those are the people that you really trying to, I don't say win over. You know, younger people, if you saw the game and you up on something, you know, people can sit over here and talk. Older people got a lot more things they worried about. They looking at your tattoos. They looking at your jeans. They, you know.
They all in.
Yeah, they got a lot going on.
They looking for everything to not like you. Yes. Because you with their baby, whether it's a girl or a boy. You with grandmama's baby.
Oh, my God. Joelle said Sierra's boyfriend's family kept calling her his ex name because they really liked her. They didn't want Sierra there.
Oh,
that is rude and disrespectful. Rude. And somebody should have stopped something. No, for real.
No, that's unacceptable, actually. It's not even, it's just like, okay, at this point, I'm not your girlfriend. You're not my boyfriend. I'm a woman and I'm an adult and y'all aren't respecting me at all. That's disrespectful. And y'all could do that, but I'm still not going nowhere. Like, cause that's rude.
Yes.
Though. Like, that's not like we don't like him because he's not good for you, or we don't like her because we know that's just not good for you. That's like we still stuck on your past and you didn't move on, and we just gonna be smart. No, that's not okay. And Sierra should have left.
And that's what I was gonna say. Like, family does know best. Like, your siblings have lived with you your whole life. They do know you. Your mama known you longer than your siblings. You know, like, they do know best. But when you act like that and you act rude by calling somebody, that's petty, first of all. But I do think in situations where the family is not liking the person, if you do choose to quote-unquote stick it out and not break up with the person, I feel like you have an obligation to try to make this person comfortable. You know? Like, if you're gonna try to dig it out and, you know, stay with this person your family doesn't like, you can't be passive and not say anything because now this person resents you because you let them do anything to your family. So it doesn't make any sense to stay in it if you're not going to.
And question, Joe, did the boyfriend speak up? Like, how did that end? Because I definitely would have had to leave the house. Like, that's rude. That's rude. It's past me being your girlfriend. It's me being a woman, and y'all are doing too much. And I know it was the women of the family doing it.
And y'all are older than me.
Right, because the men don't care. If he leaves Shanice and go to Jessica, then, well, we like Shanice, but if you good with Jessica, we gonna rock with Jessica. Now, if you ever want to bring Shanice back around, that's okay. But, you know, like, women petty.
Yes.
You petty if you calling her, like, you petty.
So speaking of men
and the boy ain't checked the family.
No, they don't.
They need to break up.
That's what I'm saying. That's pointless if you gonna stay with the person that you know your family doesn't like, but you're not gonna try to help the situation. What are we doing here? We just
Oh my God.
We just getting angry.
She said, but she finally got it. They're done, and the ex is pregnant by someone else.
See, but that shouldn't have had to been the
So y'all calling y'all calling her the ex name, and she pregnant.
That's crazy.
Y'all still want her, and she's pregnant by another man.
Speaking of the men and the women being different, so I think when people are more protective of a girl. So when a girl brings a guy home, people are way more, all in the business than a guy that brings a girl home. I got two brothers. The double standard is alive and well. I brought a friend, like a legit friend, no boyfriend around before. Shout out to Butter. He came to my house for Thanksgiving. His mom was out of town. He had nowhere to go. Came with me. Went to my brother's school. Every time we introduced him, we said, oh, he go to school with Jeremy. They interrogated him like he was my boyfriend. Double standard. So the point, what I'm trying to make is, this is something that I personally don't like. I don't like when men of the family act way more overprotective than they should. Like, know your role. How often do you talk to me? I get your intentions. You think this is a movie. You know, stop acting like you on Bad Boys with the gun at the door. You know, like it's amusing at first when you make a couple jokes, but stop doing that whole like daddy role thing. Like I really don't like that.
And it also comes to a point where we're grown now. Like when you in high school or something and you got a little puppy love and they come into the house and your daddy or your mama or your brother or somebody acting a little funny, then it's like okay. But now that we 26, 27 years old, it's like I don't need nobody being extra to what I got going on. Like it ain't that deep. And when we had seen 2 articles about bringing your significant other, whether it was the woman meeting the man's family or the man meeting the woman's family, and it was a couple of things.
You had to search. First of all, that's the double standard. You had to search for an article about meeting the woman's family. It was all about impressing the man's family.
Right.
So
we had to do a real search. Like, okay, so what about when he goes to meet her family? Like, all the articles was, if you go meet his family, if you go meet his family, and it's like, why he can't come meet my family? Why we gotta be on his tip? Why we can't be on mine? But anyway, so 2 different articles about both situations, and both of them had a couple of similarities.
Well, I have one question that I want to ask that we can go to when people respond. And I asked this on Facebook and nobody responded, and I was really interested to know. Is there a person in your family that you're most worried about meeting somebody? Like, you know, Chanel, you can answer first.
What you say?
If you bring somebody home, is there a person in your family that you're more worried about? Not saying you really worried, but like
is there anybody? I mean,
you don't know how they gonna act, or you want them to.
For a female, I think the mom is always the most intimidating person that you gotta meet. Not saying that she will.
No, I meant for you, your mom. You talking about your mom? I'm saying for you and your family.
Oh, who? Janae.
Oh.
My sister. If people are coming over, who's the hardest person? My sister. Because my mom is, okay, my dad, he gonna be my dad. He's lovely. And my sister gonna be the one like, well, when she probably already heard about you anyway, so it'll be whatever. But hold on, we got a couple of comments.
And I'm probably that person in my family.
Yeah, they probably don't want you to meet them.
That's fine.
And Americans made a good point. It's much easier when the drinks come out. Then you know the family cool. Right. Because if you got some wine or something, everybody get the wine down. You really get to be yourself. They get to be themselves. And they really see the type of person you are. And they be like, oh,
now, I have been some families with some wine, some drinks involved, and it was cool.
Yeah, it's cool. It's just like everybody's relaxed if you get some wine. Jamal said, because y'all will research.
We're
not going to Google to find out how to make it through dinner. That's why.
No, stop it.
That's why there weren't articles for us.
Yeah, you're right. Because it was like Cosmo magazine. You know, Cosmo wrote an article. Cosmo give you a quiz to see why am I single, then get you a article to read about how to stop being single, and then a quiz to am I ever going to get married. You be all confused.
America's asked us a question.
My brother said I am that person in my family. That's fine. And Jasmine agreed.
America's asked all the women, do you ladies feel obligated to look your best the first time meeting the family? Makeup, hair, etc. I mean, let me answer first. First of all, it's the holiday. It's Thanksgiving. You know you're going to see a lot of people. Off rip, you're going to look pretty. Like, you're going to look good. And if I know I'm going to meet the family, I'm really going to try to look good because that is probably the first time that they'll ever see me. And it's like, I ain't going over there looking like I just rolled out the bed with some sweatpants on.
Yeah, no. I was about to say, and I'm not a person that likes to put on real clothes. But if I had to meet somebody, I would definitely look nice.
Mm-hmm.
But if I know I'm not meeting nobody on holidays, I'd rather put on some leggings and a big shirt.
Well, yeah, because you're going to be around your family.
Yeah, I'm just saying. But I'm saying, like, I don't like to get dressed that much. But I would never go meet somebody and not have on real clothes. Like, my mama raised me better than that.
And the people the people that's listening that's women, I'm sure they can relate to what we're saying. Like, of course I'm going to look nice if I know I'm going to go. Honestly,
guys,
I'm going to go buy me an outfit.
You should be groomed. You should get your little haircut and all of that because we talking about them old ladies. You better pull your pants up. Don't come in nobody's. That's what I really can't understand. If you come in somebody's house and your pants are not pulled up, you can at least fake it. Yeah. Like, you know what people are looking for. Like, just, even though we said be yourself, pull your pants up.
And that's what one of the comments just said. Just be yourself, and that never fails. And that's real because at the end of the day, it's like the people, if you are a real person, the people will attach to realness. Like, and they also would know, and they also would know if you aren't being yourself. Yeah. But with the articles that we did see, that's one thing they did say, Americans, you mentioned how will we look. And both articles say that you should dress to impress. And Americans just said the loafers come out the first time.
Oh, sure.
Well, see, and
if the loafers in Jamaica.
But see, my thing is for Americans, being that I know him, and if he was my boyfriend, I would want him to wear his sneakers. because he still looked nice in his sneakers.
I mean, it depends on where
But I get what he's saying, though, dressed to impress. Because some people have big family Thanksgivings, everybody dressed nice. And that's another point that was made. On the women's side, it was follow the dress code. Because some people do jazzy holiday parties. If it's a Christmas party, it's an ugly Christmas sweater party. You gotta wear. Don't come in there looking like you didn't want to be there.
Yeah, and that's what I meant going back to the tips. You know how your family does stuff. Give them a heads up. Don't let them come in wearing anything you like. Oh, we usually wear this, type of thing. That reminds me. One of the people where we said about who's that person in your family. Nobody in my immediate family am I really worried about. Because everybody's cool. But my uncle, my mom's brother, I would say that I would be worried about him, like, extended family-wise. Because when you just said about how the Thanksgiving, is it dressy or whatever, I do know people, like, friends of mine that have went to his house and feel kind of intimidated.
And they just your friend.
Yeah, like, just because he's very well off, whatever. And sometimes people don't know how to take that. They feel like, some type of way. And he's one of those people that act, like, over the top, so.
And one thing I didn't like, one point made on Cosmopolitan I didn't like, for the women going to the men's house, one tip was to hype up the son.
Yeah.
For what?
And I'm gonna tell you what though, that's kind of you really don't know if you. I ain't say you don't know if you need to do that, but it's different type of mom. Like I've met a mom where my high school boyfriend, she would be like. She would play him in front of me and be like, Piera, no, blah, blah, blah. So it's kind of like, if you try to boost her son, she gonna call you out first because, she already know. So I think that was a little cheesy. Like, I'm not gonna brag about how great your son is. I hope your son is great if I'm with him. I hope he brag about me since I'm trying to be, win y'all over.
I don't think, now, okay, I get it if it has to be but it's like, your son, and I'm not here to hype him up. Y'all are here, I'm here to sell myself, to be honest. Like, I'm not going to say, all this stuff that y'all already know about y'all's son. Now, if a conversation or something arises and there's something to be talked about, then sure, we could talk about it. But other than that, it's like, I'm not about to be doing that extra stuff. And both articles also said to bring a gift. I would bring, I was about to say, I would bring a drink. Like, I would bring either a bottle of liquor. Or I probably wouldn't. No, I would be strictly either wine or liquor.
Well, it depends on how their family is.
Oh yeah, that too.
So
but
you might bring a dessert.
Usually everybody, I mean, where am I going?
Well, my family doesn't drink. I mean, like my older people, like they don't drink, so I would just bring a dessert if I was somebody coming into my family.
Makes sense.
The other thing that I did like was bond with their siblings. Even though the word bond kind of makes it seem a little bit more serious, I guess. But I guess you have to be welcoming to the siblings. Hopefully you're welcome to everybody. But you're not gonna bond on the first time unless y'all just have something like really big in common that's major in both of y'all lives. The other thing they said was cut back on the PDA.
Yeah.
And that's a good one.
Yeah, and I mean, nobody wants
to be meeting somebody and y'all can't keep y'all hands off each other, like.
Cause it's like we know y'all having sex, dang. Like back up off each other. This is family time. Y'all ain't gotta be doing all that.
And another thing, this is for girls, offer to help out. My mama always told me 2 things. You don't go to somebody's house and not eat. Don't tell them what you don't eat. It's a lot of things I don't eat, but I would never go to somebody's house and not mess over my food. You don't do that. And you always offer to help. Do you need anything? You need me to help clean the kitchen? You got
and that's
it.
In the article.
And a lot of people will say no. They'll say, no, go ahead, you're a guest, sit down.
But it's the fact that you have the manners to ask.
You have to, offer.
We have some comments about what you would bring. Our ratchet friend said, I'm bringing weed. Old niggas love to smoke. They probably had their own liquor. Then another one said, I'm bringing the karaoke machine. First of all, I think that would be a great idea. Because
yes, Vanille.
Because at the end of the day, they're going to be like, oh, this person like to have a good time. Yeah. And if they do drink, once some drinks flowing, they're going to be like, where Vanille at? Tell him to bring that karaoke machine in here so we can get up on these songs.
Or they going to say, how that boy doing and brought that karaoke machine?
They'll always remember you. And that's one thing I will say, my own tip. Make sure they remember who you are. And not for nothing bad, but for who you really are. Like, make sure they remember you. Make sure they're going to be saying, who that girl with them red, how that girl with them red dreads doing? How that girl with that blonde hair with the bust down part doing?
So we had some people that agreed with about flattering the son and how that was crazy. America said, my mom's first question going to be, what you want with my raggedy son? You brag about me, my mom will cut you off, offer you wine, and start joking.
Somebody said you can bring cider.
Or candle, that's a good idea. Americans loves candles.
And so does Nicole. I know she listens.
And Ladarius said, my mama gonna call me lazy in front of you.
Yeah, the
If
always.
the food is nasty, it's just nasty. You have to eat it. You cannot. That don't mean you have to get a whole. First of all, you shouldn't be loading up your plate if the stuff don't look good.
First of all, Davian, you need to learn.
No,
like there's a lot of reasons why you should listen to this show often.
And every time you comment,
it's something ignorant.
You are against the grain, and we love all comments. But I mean, it's just like we can predict what Davian's gonna disagree with.
We can cover up the comment names and pick what you wrote.
And America said you're supposed to tell your people what I don't eat ahead of time if it's an immediate family dinner, and that's true because if it depends on how your family is. But when we had Thanksgiving 2 weeks ago. My brother's girlfriend doesn't eat pork. You know, she brought a seafood salad. My mom made her some salmon. You know, if you have that relationship with your parents, like some people might say, they gonna eat what I got. But if you have a person where you can let it be known, you know, if it's like a vegetarian or something like that, that's always cool too. Very good point, Americans. Okay.
And also another tip that was on the men's side for the man meeting the woman's family was to make sure you have pretty much practice.
Your elevator pitch.
Yeah, your elevator pitch. Make sure you know how to sell yourself. Make sure you know what your goals. Because sometimes the first time meeting, y'all already deep and the father knows about you. And this is the first time the father can talk to you. So really the tip is like make sure you have a clear head because you know the father is going to want to talk to you.
Yeah, and that was a good point, too, because sometimes you may ask somebody, so what do you do? And they tell you everything they used to kind of sort of do. You need to make yourself sound good right off the bat. Mm-hmm. You know, find a nice way to say what you do and make it sound important, basically. You know, don't be beating around the bush and then you give somebody opportunity to ask questions, way more questions than you're not ready.
And this is for the guys. Are y'all nervous when it comes down to meeting the father? Are y'all nervous? Davian, how you be acting?
Yeah, Davian, are you nervous to meet fathers?
Like what
Americans, Ladarius, Jamal, are you nervous? I know. Are y'all nervous to meet fathers? Okay, let me speak. So we talked about your father being very nice.
Your brother said no, he's not nervous to meet fathers, and Antoine said no, he's not nervous. Andrew, nobody's nervous.
And you shouldn't be nervous if you're a good person.
I think the only people that would be nervous would be Davian.
I was gonna say that my dad is not a protective dad. Like I would let the dude know, even if he was nervous, there's no need. Like my daddy, sometimes he'll talk to you about basketball like you don't, you know, like it doesn't even matter. He's like, oh, this your boyfriend, you know. So it doesn't. My dad does not talk like that.
Charles said no because I met so many fathers. It's just another day. Well, my God, girl, just be taking you around. Jamal said I met my fiance's dad over beer. That was really cool. That's great because it's social.
That's true, Vanilla. He said us niggas got ESPN. We good. Yeah,
that's true because all y'all, especially on Thanksgiving football.
What question, Jamal, is Charnel a daddy's girl? Because I think sometimes that's a little different too. How close the person is with what parent.
Charles, do I know you?
Because even though my mom's really nice, I'm very close to my mom, and I feel like she would be really more
protected.
Yeah, into what's going on here.
And no, she's not a daddy's girl. He said she's not.
Well,
American said I'm not nervous, but my hand's gonna be sweaty doing the initial handshake.
That's real. You gotta wipe that off, bro.
I mean, you can't. It's gonna automatically flare back up.
Okay, I have something that was another good point.
Wait. Oh yeah. Okay.
Comment. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, 5 Deep said if you have good and honest intentions, it shouldn't be much to be nervous
we
about.
all have those.
Only the guys who know they're not planning to be serious with the girl are the ones that's nervous.
That's what I said. If you a dog, you should be nervous.
No. Fathers respect honesty. Mothers are the wall you have to get past. All ish. I'm in the building now. It's party top. You're late.
That's interesting. The moms are the ones you got to get past, and the guys respect honesty. I can see that.
And Pierre Javon's brother commented and said, Javon, you would probably have to worry more about your brothers than your dad.
Yeah, I didn't say I wouldn't have to worry. I said I wouldn't have to worry about my dad.
Yeah, he's just saying you would have to worry more about your brothers.
I mean, I would, no shade to my dad, but he likes everybody. So I would prefer my brothers and my sister to give me their opinion than my dad because, I mean, I went out with this, I didn't go out on a date, but I met this 60-year-old white guy, and I went to dinner with him, and my dad was like, oh, man, I wish I could have came. He didn't care, like, you know, nothing.
And see, for me, my dad is very laid back, but my dad is also gonna say, "Walk outside with me real quick."
Yeah.
Like, he's gonna have the initial conversation.
Now, that's different, yeah.
And then when he comes back in, and when the guy leaves, my dad hit me with he a good guy.
Yeah.
He
and
is. He
and I also think that even if my dad didn't like them, as bad as it sounds, I don't think he would tell me. My dad is a don't ask, don't tell, I'm out of it type of person. He wouldn't say nothing. I would have to be like, so, you know, whatever. So I would look on my brothers and my sisters anyway.
And Kimberly said she would be nervous to meet the family. She was like,
yes, of course you
I have good intentions, but I just don't talk to people I don't know like that. And we know you would probably cry.
Yes, and some people know how they're perceived. Like I know sometimes people perceive me to be mean, but I also know I would never go to somebody's house and sit in the corner. So you would know I'm not mean. And I think Cece's kind of like that, where her face might look like she don't want to be there. And if she's already nervous, she may not talk as much. But I don't get nervous, so I would talk and you would see, oh, she not mean. But I could see how she would be, like, nervous.
And Vanessa said all you got to do is mention Curry or Cam. Watch the connection form.
Jamal, I don't know why you said LMAO what. I don't know what I said. That was crazy, but you
what
can let
point
me
was
know.
you going to make?
It
was from the article.
Oh, yeah, from the article. I like that it said go with the family flow. And this was kind of referring to more like a weekend. Maybe if you hanging with the family, like on a getaway or something. Like if they sleep till noon, sleep till noon. Don't be getting up asking, you know, where we, and trying to say what we need to do and what time we going, which is crazy to me because I like to be in charge, but I would never do that. Like I would never be at somebody else's house.
Trying to tell them what to do.
Yeah, trying to see like, all right, let's get this show on the road. Like where we going? You know, that's crazy.
And for the guys, it said you should plan an exit strategy. Yeah. So like when it's time for you and your girl to leave, when she ready for y'all to leave her people's house, how you gonna exit? Are you gonna dap up? Are you gonna say, you know, thank y'all for allowing me to come over? It was nice meeting everybody. So basically, the guys just think ahead. That's basically what they would say. Just make sure you on your toes. Think ahead.
Because at the end of the day, like we talked about being yourself, I mean, it's gonna come out.
And a funny thing the guys once said was, get the story together of how y'all met. Make sure the story ain't 2 to the left or 2 to the right. Make sure it's kind of like, okay, because they're going to ask, how you met my daughter? Like they don't know.
So another thing, which was a good thing, was, which Joelle mentioned about getting in a conversation, you know, don't feel like you got to talk about things you don't know anything about. But the article mentioned talking about things that he might have told you about. So, like, oh, yeah, he told me about your cruise when you know, ran up the bill.
Okay,
and then, you know, laugh about it.
Okay, so, Flop, I'm sorry. Slop said, fathers still expect a real handshake and eye contact. That was
eye contact. Women expect that too.
I was about to say, period. If you can't look me in the eye, you lying.
Yes.
Obi-Wan Kenobi said he don't play all that meeting and stuff. He said my sister didn't have a stable boyfriend until she was in college. Davion wants to be on the computer because he can't type. Harlonda said my dad is chill too, but my mom is the warden. Miss K5 said I'm an extrovert, so meeting is easy. It is harder for. It didn't finish that comment. Davion said he doesn't even want to meet the dudes that his sister is talking to.
Okay, well, that's a whole nother story. But, Damien, did you ever say how you feel about meeting somebody?
Okay.
He said I'm not nervous.
And y'all be wanting to know, he said, but what should I do if she says, Daddy, pass me the salt? Should I let her dad pass it? Or should I reach for it? And you're married, so what?
So Americans said, Americans was saying, why are you meeting the father if you're not planning on being somebody? Well, I think we were talking about the good intentions. And then Davian said her dad may not let her go out with you till they meet. That's like some high school.
No, we're too old for that, first of all.
And then I forgot the other response. But that's not happening.
I mean, I feel like...
Is it harder for an introvert? Yes. I think because some people take a while to, you know, warm up to people, be open, and to even, you know, speak. But at the same time, it goes back to what you tell your parents. Like, you know, they know she's shy. It's not that she being rude. Like, if she say thank you and please and bye, then, you know, she's cool. But it's a difference in being shy and being rude or standoffish.
And at the end of the day, I feel like the general wrap up of it is just to say, like, be respectful of the significant other that you're bringing on all levels. Like, if she don't eat, like we said, if it's something she don't eat, let them know. Like, or he or she, don't make them be out in the cold when you could have prompted everything so they already know what's.
Because at the end of the day, it's the person's responsibility to try to make it as normal as possible anyway. Even after the first meeting, maybe y'all didn't get along, maybe they didn't like them. Somebody got to make a step to try to mend it and, make it work and make it comfortable for the person, because you wouldn't want to be on the other side walking in blindsided and having a terrible Thanksgiving dinner with somebody.
Jamal said, get the salt and then pass it to her. Get the salt so when she asks her dad for the salt, let the dad pass it to you and then you pass it to her.
Baby said, are we going over an hour?
Yogi
Kenobi said, yeah, it's all about how you present yourself. I mean, when I met my wife's parents for the first time, they thought I talked too much. I really was doing too much, though.
And you can't talk too much, Yogi Kenobi. You could just get beside yourself and just be talking. Yeah. So, I get it.
That's true. Did I have one more comment or not? Let me see.
But either way, I just think, I think when it comes to me meeting somebody, before I go, you finish your topic.
No, go ahead.
But when it comes to me meeting somebody, I think, like, if I know your people,
I was about to say the same thing.
What?
I was gonna say, so I never brought nobody home for the holidays. So I feel like, to my siblings that's listening, when I bring them home, there's not gonna be no trial and error. Like, they're not coming home with me, and I feel like that's how people feel about me too. Like, not even my family. Like, if Javon got somebody, y'all know that. Hello, people out there. If you see me on social media with somebody, you know they the bomb. Like, you got to know. So I feel like we wouldn't even be doing this whole, test it out type of thing. It's just gonna be a kind of get to know them, meet them, and whatever, because they already cool. I've already vetted them. Like, I'm a smart, very smart girl. Yeah, because I got it together.
Ain't nobody really met my people on a high string level like that. LJ's probably the only guy that met the most family, and that wasn't even at Christmas or anything. It was at Janae's college graduation. Like, she had the whole freaking family at her college graduation, and LJ met whoever was there, but that wasn't even planned. And even still, I wasn't running around like, this is my boyfriend. It was just like, if y'all ask me who it is, then like, oh, that's bae. But other than that, it was, I'm just not going to be walking around like, okay, because that's how Janae is. Janae is very, okay, guys, this is my boyfriend, Pat, and he's from here.
See, I'll probably be the person like, this is,
my boyfriend.
And he be like,
like, hello, I'm your boyfriend.
Yeah.
I think I would.
But my brother said that he feels like people were relieved when he started bringing a girl around, which is true enough. Yeah, people probably think that about me too. Like, oh, she finally got somebody. But it's all good. Don't try me. Oh, that was a prayer emoji. Yes, Thank you, Yolanda. Ladari said, yeah, if my family meets someone, they will know because they don't meet anybody. True enough.
So either way, today was cool. I mean, and if y'all taking y'all baes to Christmas, because that's up next. Who's taking bae to Christmas?
I want to go to a Christmas party.
So if y'all know about any Christmas parties, it might be an ugly sweater one in Durham, Raleigh.
Okay, we'll talk about that off here.
But if y'all taking baes and stuff to meet anybody, let us know. And if you need a date, I'll go with you.
I will too, because
I'm a good freaking time. And your family will love me and honestly think that I'm bae for real, even though I'm not. But if y'all need anything, y'all could, email us at fairgameradio@gmail.com. If y'all need dates for Christmas, we're there.
Yeah, so
if it's local.
And we got
the quote of the day.
Yes, the quote of the day. My brother said, Javon, your man gonna be the coolest, I'm sure. Yes! You doing too much. Yes, he is. Wherever he is. He got to be. Because God, dog, it's been a long time coming. Yeah. Okay. So, moving on to the quote of the day, which DJ Boy, he listens to our show all the time, right? Yes. That's the name? No. DJ Boy, I think you listen to our show. I think you're the one that posts our YouTube videos a lot. Yes. Yeah, so he wrote this on Facebook, and he gets the quote of the day. So, he should like this. He said...
Somebody just texted me and said, I need bae for Christmas.
Said, when you're mature enough to close chapters and not immature enough to prolong them. Now, let me tell y'all. This is real life. And I had this conversation with my sister, actually, numerous times. Because life is uncomfortable. Like, if you're comfortable for too long, you need to do something. Especially at this age. Like, we're not settled where we, supposed to be financially, professionally, personally, any of that. So life is always uncomfortable, and it comes a time in your life where you have to be mature enough to make a move in one direction or the other, whether it's your career, whether it's your love life, whether it's with your family, whether it's like professionally with your emotions. You have to choose, what am I going to do, what move am I going to make, and take this chance to better myself, because it's an immature thing and a scared thing and a fearful thing to hold on to something that has proven to not be beneficial, whether it's a job or whether it's anything. When you hold on to something that you're not sure, well, you're sure it's not working, but you're scared of the unknown. And that takes maturity to step out and try something new. And that's when life gets uncomfortable. And uncomfortableness is good, because it's gonna yield your best self, and you're gonna be challenged, and you're gonna come out on top.
Yeah.
You know, it's gonna be rough, but life isn't easy.
What? And I mean, if it is easy, who wants it?
Yeah, for real. We wouldn't have anything to talk about on this show, y'all.
But no, that's real, because I've been doing a lot of thinking within myself about like being mature enough to make certain decisions in life and things that you probably need to do or that you may not want to do just because you don't want to do it. Because I mean, at the end of the day, a lot of chapters are closed already. You just ain't closed them because you just don't want to do it. Like, it's just something that you don't want to do. You don't want to take that last step to where you know it's really going to be closed after this step. So at the end of the day, I just feel like at the same time with being mature enough to close it, that opportunity is going to present itself for you to have to close it.
And you got to step out there for that to even happen. You'll never find the things that you need in life in your comfort zone. That's just not going to happen. And yes, Ladarius, you have to yearn for it.
And another thing to say, oh dang, it went away that fast. Oh my God, it was about the quote. I don't remember what it was.
Thank you, everybody. Listen, everybody enjoyed the show today. You're welcome for the quotes.
Yeah, and shout out to DJ because he listens to us, he shares. I mean, bro be going smack for us, and he only know me.
Yes, and I appreciate it.
And if all y'all want to love us so much, David, I ain't never seen you show us no love on no social media. Does he have social media?
Yes. And Yobi Wakanobi said, life has always been dynamic. If you live in static, what are you living for? Very true.
And Drew G says, embrace the fear of the unknown and release the need to stay stuck in your established routines.
Yes.
And
that's a good note to end on.
And we love y'all. And next week,
we talking about dating with differences, which could be interracial dating somebody way younger than you, dating somebody way older than you,
dating somebody with terrible sex,
dating somebody from a different background, dating the only child. I don't know.
We're gonna talk about dating with indifferences.
Dating and I always like y'all pictures. No, we need reposts.
No, but we really are trying to take this show to another level, though. So, like, if y'all don't mind reposting us, because, I mean, one repost can get one extra listener. Like, and we really be talking about some real life stuff that ain't nobody talking about, but I ain't gonna get y'all that story.
And Ron on week 15 gonna say, what happened to the third chick that was hosting with y'all?
She's been gone.
Yeah, she's been gone. She got a full-time job at a radio station, actually.
Shout out to Victoria. But, while we getting this exit music ready, we love y'all and we appreciate y'all. And like I just said, post us. Show us some love.
Tell a friend.
If y'all need a picture or something, we got it. We can send. I mean, we're pretty girls, not the toot our horns. Woo-hoo. But we pretty. Like,
subscribe to our YouTube page.
Go ahead and put us on y'all page. Make y'all old bitch jealous.
Oh, Lord. On that note, my name is Pierre Javon.
My name is Nelly P.
And this is Fair Game.
Life's not fair.
But we are.
We love you.